Iron Man 2 isn't a terrible movie by any means. The movie has good action scenes. Robert Downey Jr. still gives a really good performance. Seeing War Machine for the first time was cool to see. However, there are way too many storylines in this movie and subplots. While Mickey Rourke didn't do a bad job as Whiplash, Whiplash as a villain was completely wasted and he wasn't even interesting. Thor the Dark World is one of the weakest films in the series, but it does have great action scenes and a great score. Captain Marvel is a fun movie, but it does have its flaws. Eternals isn't a terrible movie by any means. The visuals are stunning. The cast does do a great job. My problem with this movie is that certain characters didn't get a time to shine. The villain is a waste. Thor Love and Thunder is entertaining. This isn't the best Thor movie. There is still good action scenes. Chris Hemsworth does a great job. Christian Bale is great as Gore the God Butcher. Gore the God Butcher is a very scary and frightening villain. Black Widow is a fun movie. Scarlett Johansson still does a great job. Florence Pugh steals the show as Yelena. David Harbour was really funny as Red Guardian. The action scenes are fun. The villains in the movie are awful. But this is a good movie, just not top tier Marvel. Multiverse of Madness is a good movie, just isn't one of my favorites. Ant-Man and the Wasp is a fun movie, but it's not as good as the first one. This movie isn't a masterpiece, but it's not awful by any means. Age of Ultron is a fun movie, but it's a waste of James Spader. Spider-Man Homecoming is a fun movie, but it's a little overrated. Captain America the First Avenger is a fun movie, but it's not the best. Doctor Strange is a fun movie with amazing visuals. Thor 1 is a very fun movie with great action scenes. Iron Man 3 is a very fun movie with a great score. The Incredible Hulk is a very underrated MCU movie with a fantastic performance from Edward Norton. Spider-Man Far From Home is much better than Homecoming. It's got great action and Jake Gyllenhaal does a great job. Ant-Man is a very underrated superhero movie and Paul Rudd is excellent. Black Panther Wakanda Forever is one of the best films in the MCU. While the movie is really long, I was never bored once. Letitia Wright and Angela Bassett give flawless performances in this movie. Namor is one of the best villains in the MCU. This movie also does a really good job of honoring the memory of Chadwick Boseman and commemorating his life. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is a very fun MCU movie with a great performance from Kurt Russell. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is a satisfying end to the trilogy, and out of all the MCU films we've been getting after Spider-Man No Way Home, this is the best one in my opinion. Captain America Civil War is a phenomenal MCU movie with a fantastic performance from Chadwick Boseman. The Avengers is a very fun MCU movie. Black Panther is one of my favorite superhero films of all time. The movie contains an amazing score, and Chadwick Boseman and Michael B. Jordan both give fantastic performances. Iron Man is a phenomenal superhero movie that started the MCU perfectly, and Robert Downey Jr. killed it in the role of Tony Stark. Thor Ragnarok is a blast of a movie, and I think this is in my top 10 favorite MCU movies. Captain America the Winter Soldier is one of the best movies in the MCU, and it's hands down the best Captain America movie. Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings is a film that blew me away in theaters. This movie has great action scenes, great performances, a great villain, and Simu Liu is officially one of the best superhero casting choices of all time. Guardians of the Galaxy is an absolute blast. This is one of my favorite comic book movies of all time, my favorite film of the year 2014. Avengers Infinity War is definitely a top tier MCU film. This film has spectacular visual effects, and Thanos is the best MCU villain by far. Avengers Endgame is a phenomenal superhero movie. It brought a ton of story arcs to a fantastic conclusion and has the best final battle of any Avengers movie. Spider-Man No Way Home is easily the best Tom Holland Spider-Man movie. It's got great action scenes, great performances, great villains. The return of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield was amazing, and the ending was very satisfying.